I'm Shash, and this is Eva.
Hello.
And I've got a question for you. How many of you can honestly say that you love email? In fact, raise your hands if you honestly say you love email. Well, we do, and I've got to show you why. Meet Paperfold. Paperfold is an email application for iOS. And here is our Gmail inbox as seen in the beta of Paperfold. Paperfold takes your email inbox and lays it out into 8 tiles across the screen, laid out in 2 columns read from top to bottom. So Eva, tell me what catches your eye.
So the first thing I want to tap on is that beautiful image of a girl in the sea in California. So that's exactly what I'm going to tap on now.
So this is actually just an ordinary email with an image attachment. And Paperfold has brought that image attachment front and center, making it instantly tappable. And in fact, when we open this email, we find that there are actually several more images in here. And to see them, we simply scroll from right to left. It's so easy. So let's tap on the top left and go back to the inbox.
Next thing I want to see is the YouTube video at the top, because I love House of Cards.
So this is actually an ordinary link to a YouTube video. Paperfold has recognized that link and converted it to a video embed so that it's front and center on your inbox. And you can play it with just a tap.
Faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God with this pitch. Let's move on to the Twitter tile, which we've got in the center on the left.
So in the bottom left, we can see Twitter has sent us a notification to tell us that someone is following us. Paperfold has recognized that notification and brought a real follow button to the front of the inbox, so you can follow that person with just a tap. So let's go ahead and do that.
So I'm going to follow you, Shash. Here we go. So what happens in Paperfold with a normal email? We've got one below, which looks pretty standard, so I'm just going to tap that to open it.
So here we have a typical email. It contains a couple of links. Now, let's go ahead and follow a link in Paperfold.
OK, so let's find out more about Sarahs.com. I've just tapped it.
As you can see, Paperfold contains a browser in the email view, meaning that you can follow links without being interrupted by several different types of screens. You can scroll down and continue your browsing experience, continuing to click at will.
So just to double check that, let's have a look at About. And the browsing continues.
So we're actually on that website currently. Now let's take a look back into the inbox by tapping on the top left.
I want to see more of my emails, so what do I do?
Well, Paperfold is called Paperfold because when you swipe from right to left, you see more of your images with this transition. Now, on this screen, our eyes are immediately grabbed to the right-hand side. We can see these tiles that are colored red and blue. Well, these are just ordinary attachments. Paperfold has recognized those attachments and brought them front and center. We mark PDFs bright red, and we mark Words blue, and PowerPoint orange. So let's go ahead and tap on that PDF on the top right. When you do that in the email view, we make it very obvious about the fact that you've got an attachment and that it's a PDF. You can download it straight away, and it's completely effortless.
So
now,
we've got 1 minute left, so let's just go straight to the accounts. You might be wondering if you can manage more than one account in Paperfold. In the beta, we've got one, but let us just show you what it will look like when we're done. You'll be able to upload all of your accounts and look at them through Paperfold. Let's see what that would look like. That's exactly it.
So here we have all of your accounts in one place. Now, there's one final feature that we absolutely got to show you and that we're really, really excited about. And this is what we can do for brands. We think this is groundbreaking. In the top right, you can see an email that's come through from Living Social. Paperfold has recognized that email and is now cycling through the content of that message, making it instantly more appealing and more tappable. And this is how we believe brands can totally engage with customers in a brand new way, straight through their inbox.
So just a show of hands, who would like to give this a go?
Wonderful.
That's amazing, because we're invite only, so we'd love to have all of you on it. We're accepting invitations from launchers. So please sign up here, follow us on Twitter, and do come and talk to us afterwards. We'd love to find out more about you.
Thank you.
So I'm not totally clear. Is this web-based or is this a client?
This is an email application for iOS. It's a client, so you sign in with any account, and it renders your email like this.
And are you planning on doing it on Android and PC operating
Absolutely.
systems?
We've already started work on the desktop version, but we're going across initially on iPad, iPhone, and immediately on Android after that.
And as your support for, sorry, I love email. I was one of the guys that raised my hand,
awesome.
so
Awesome.
I love email. I do it for hours every day, so I better love it. But you're supporting particular data types, you know, Word and PDF
Yep.
and video and social, and so do you have to be explicit in that support? And what happens when a new data type shows up?
Right. So in the example of Twitter, that is actually already contained on the API on the device. So that's how we're able to interpret that. In the case of actual brands, for example, people like eBay, we connect to the APIs directly and do those actions in much more fewer steps.
I'm curious if you have any data as to what percentage of emails are going to be of a rich format. The one that you showed, your inbox, was very visual. I can imagine mine being a lot more boring than that.
Yeah, this is a very good question. I mean, for us, it's a process of discovery. We find that there's certain brands that we all tend to get emails from, people like Amazon, eBay, PayPal, for example. So we're targeting those that we believe that we're going to get the most. However, we want to make it really easy for those that we don't cover to actually get the same enhancements, and that's what we're currently working on.
I thought it was a really nice design, and it seemed to me to have a much more kind of consumer focus than an enterprise focus. Do you have any issues with integrating with Exchange or anything along those lines?
We do plan to do that, but first of all, we want to cover the majority of users. So we want to definitely target people like Gmail, Yahoo, which we're already compatible with, and then we go across work accounts after that, and then we'll look into more enterprise-level sort of connections.
Yeah, one of the things that when you had the attachments, I thought it'd be really cool to actually show the first slide or the first page of the PDF rather than the icon. Is that on the table?
At the moment, the attachments are open by preview, which is the default application within iOS. However, we'll be looking into trying to enhance that further and reduce those number of steps, certainly.
So I just want to say, just follow up with me later. I advise an email startup. I saw a really good startup that was taking brand data out of her email to present in a visual form at Jason's hackathon a couple months ago here.
Cool.
And so I think we have a lot of stuff to discuss on that.
Oh,
Thanks for
absolutely.
showing my old startup too. But just also, oh my God, great design. It's Flipboard for your email, and I think you'll probably be surprised how visually attractive you can make pretty boring email look in a Flipboard type format.
Absolutely, we'd love
Great
to
job.
talk about that.
Thank you.
Also, well done. Let's hear for Paperfold.